Hello everyone. Welcome to SRX Creates. So this video is specifically for Madhyamik 2026 candidates. Okay. So today I am going to talk about the bridge material or the Sikhon Shetu book, that is a learning bridge book for Madhyamik students and class 9 students also. This book was mainly introduced in the year 2021 exactly. Okay. Now this book is available in three streams like arts, commerce, and sorry, arts, science, and language. So art will consist of history and geography. Science would consist of physical science, life science, and mathematics, and languages Bengali and English. Now this bridge material is given specifically for accelerated learning package. Now due to pandemic there was interruption and gaps, so this is mainly for filling those gaps, and this can be used for at least 100 days or the whole time. Main focus is to connect the learning content of the previous class with the important learning content of the current class. Means आप लोग अगर कोई चीज़ से डेविएट हो गए हो, कोई चीज़ आप छूट गए हैं आपसे, तो आप लोगों को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा अगर आप इस ब्रिज कोर्स को रेफर करें. ओके. 11 एंड 12 के लिए भी ऐसा कुछ किया गया है, पर मैं अभी 9-10 के लिए ही बात करूँगा. Specifically this video is for class 10. Bridge material is created based on core learning content. Means this is not whole. Okay, whole content is not covered, only the core important one. Teachers and educators will have comprehensive idea about this material. Teachers and educators can get involved bridge materials. Means bridge material is very basic actually. Now it is also helpful in understanding the prescribed syllabi, and regular evaluation will be conducted because sample questions are included. Now one more thing, why this book is important. We have our textbooks, no? Why is this book important? This book is important because our board doesn't provide us with any textbooks. If we see in mathematics, we have our own textbooks, Ganit Prakash. So question comes from that book only and relating to the syllabus of that book. In history, we do not have any book. So question can come from anywhere, and we can already see the trend where questions are so tricky in history. Of course, they can be solved very easily by the student if they are prepared, but not too easy to crack. So for this, we should not leave any options which is given by the board only. Now this book is specifically provided in Bengali version. No English version is being provided for this book. Now I am not charging you any money for this book actually, because it's your demand. You should get this. It's all yours. Now I will teach you. Now what's the matter? I am just going to teach you this chapter. See, I am not your teacher. If you have completed this chapter with your teacher, then this chapter is going to be very easy with you, as I am also going to make you understand this thing. Okay. Now let's start. Now history. Ideas of history is the first chapter. Now we are going to learn this. Let's start. History. It is a continuous unbroken flow of events. Now ये continuous है, मतलब इसमें कोई pause नहीं है. Unbroken मतलब फ्लो नहीं गया है, मतलब रिवर यहाँ से यहाँ आया, इधर रिवर नहीं है, इधर फिर रिवर चला आया, ऐसा नहीं है। रिवर आया तो ऐसा हो सकता है, ये वाला नीचे गया है, इसके ऊपर रोड ब्रिज है, पर इसके नीचे रिवर तो है। ओके, अनब्रोकन फ्लो ऑफ इवेंट्स, इसका मतलब ही ये है इवेंट्स का फ्लो एक तरह बना हुआ है फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट टू द प्रेजेंट पीरियड। Modern historians can analyze the causes of historical events. जितना पास्ट इकट्ठा होगा, मतलब एक साथ होगा, उतना हम लोग इसका कॉज एनालाइज कर पाएंगे, मतलब क्यों ये हुआ था, द रीजन फॉर अ रिवोल्ट। हियर वी कैन सी रिवोल्ट ऑफ 1857. Why was the revolt there? What were the causes? What were the characteristics? What were the different opinions of the historians? Is all gathered in this history. Okay. Historical writing helps in understanding the nature of change. Now, let's say A is a year, means 2015, let's say, and B is a year 2018. Now, 15 to 18, there were series of events. Now, let's say in 2015, we used to eat rice with curry. But in 2018, we eat fried rice with Manchurian. What does this mean? Means, see, the food is same, but the type is different. And if we study the transitional period between this time A to B, we can see the nature of change. मतलब हम लोगों को पता चलेगा क्या क्या हुआ था इस टाइम पीरियड के अंदर, जहाँ पे A से B तक कुछ चेंज हुआ। इस चेंज का जो ट्रांजिशनल पीरियड था वो हम लोग यहाँ से आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं। आई थिंक आई एम क्लियर। हिस्ट्री इज नॉट जस्ट द नेम, it's not just the name, dates, description of kings and emperors. Now सब लोग सोचते हैं कि history is nothing but name, date, description of kings and emperors. No. Why? Names, dates are for the event. Every event has its plot, location, date, head. Okay, but why? The cause, the character is all what history is bounded with. The main subject of history is gradual evolution of human society. Before talking with human society, let's say, first, our precursors were like monkeys. Or chimpanzees. Like, then we are man, means normal human. Now, this transition has many series of events between this. Now, the human society is also like this. Let's say there were a period where women were not considered in anything. A time came when women are superior to many cases, right? This is where what evolution of human society is. Now this can be social, economical, political, of a particular region, prominently discussed in history. Now, social, economic, political. Now, social means was related to society. related to society. Economic means economical growth means money in simple words. Political means the politics, the heads. Heads means what? Who are ruling. Ruling or reigning. Reign means under under someone who is reigning you, who is ruling you. Same word. Prominently discussed in history means this context and this context is totally different. What we think and what we do is actually different. Now, the subject matter of history is past of human society. We just read it here. Modern historians analyze the causes of historical events. This line clearly depicts that the subject matter of history is past. Modern historian will only discover the past things that are happened already. So, think हम लोग always हमारे पास्ट को सोचेंगे. रिवोल्ट ऑफ 1857 क्यों हुआ? क्यों ब्रिटिशर्स इंडिया में आए? हाउ वाज इंडिया ruled, captured by Britishers? Okay. Not all past events become the subject of history. Now, past events can be anything. Yesterday तुम्हारे घर में चोरी हो गया. This is also a past event, but this is not the subject of history. Okay. Events that have significant influence of human life are considered in history. Significant influence. Again, if you want example, 1857. Influence. The original subject of history was mainly political events. Now, this political events, what does this word signifies actually? If you want the correct definition, kindly write this. I'm dictating. Kindly write. Please. Political means the countries are governed. If you know the way the countries are governed and the ways that government make rules and law to manage human society properly. This politics or political societies can be seen in groups, companies, clubs. Okay. Just write it in a shorthand. Okay. These are only political events. But over time, scope has expanded. The scope has expanded. Economic means from political we have jumped into economic, social, cultural changes. Also now important parts of history means these are also included. This change has happened because the concept or the idea of history is changed. In ancient and medieval modern times, the meaning of history was different. Of course. When we were in 1900 and when we are in 2000, there is a difference of 100 years. When we were in 1900, we were under British society, and now we are secular, we are free, independent country. So there must be changes. When there were Britishers, we won't consider our Indian political parties like consider means here like there were no histories related to about like where Indian parties are debating among themselves, right? There were parties who were defending Indian parties only. Means they are working for their own need to save their motherland. They were against the Britishers. Okay. Now in 2000 we can see that people are means it is now intra, means in, and this was inter, means with Britishers and Indians. This is only between Indians, means parties Indians, means the meaning of history was different in 1900 and 20,000. In ancient, means it was when more ancient, Ramayana, Mahabharata. In medieval, we come along the books like very like medieval, means we can say, if I consider the Bengali one, we can find Kopal Kundola and like many more like that. Okay, like Neil Darpan. In modern times, we find many writers we have in modern times, right? Who write history specifically. If I say সুনীতি কুমার বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়, Chattopadhyay, I can be wrong also. Now, Professor Bloch has correctly said that I am historian of life, but history written by limited people does not become the history of the entire society. This is why the thoughts and opinions of ordinary people, men and women, are also important in history writing. If they do not leave any written documents, their stories are passed down through folk tales, stories, proverbs. Historians also try to collect those. There are many differences in the interpretations of these folk traditions. Now, देखो, ब्लॉश ने बोला है कि वो हिस्टोरियन ऑफ लाइफ है, मतलब जो जीवनी इसका वो हिस्टोरियन है. हिस्ट्री इज रिटन बाई लिमिटेड पीपल. हिस्ट्री तो सब नहीं लिखते, तुम मैं नहीं लिखते, कुछ गिने चुने लोग हिस्ट्री लिखते हैं. सो इट इज़ नॉट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ एंटायर सोसाइटी. एक आदमी पूरा यूनिवर्स का हिस्ट्री नहीं लिख सकता और पूरा एक देश का हिस्ट्री नहीं लिख सकता. एक देश में रहते हैं करीब लेट्स से 1700 crore people, and we are getting only 17 historians. Is it possible to write the history of entire society? No. The thoughts, opinions of ordinary people, men, women, are also important. Everything, small parts of informations. Let's say many years ago, Ravindranath told us the correct way of teaching to students, Vishwavarati, like the confined way of teaching. This was an opinion and thought of ordinary people. Ravindranath wasn't someone who was very overrated person. He was a simple person with many exclusive characters. So he was ordinary people whose opinion was followed and written also. Men and women. If I take an example of Kadambini Ganguly, Dr. Kadambini Ganguly, she was such a beautiful personality, such a brightest star of the world, I must say. She was a woman and was important in the writing history. The history is proud to have her. This is what being told here. अगर ये कादम्बिनी गांगुली का मैंने जिस एग्जाम्पल दिया, अगर उन्होंने उनका कोई भी रिटन डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं लिखते, क्या हमको मिलता उनका कोई, मतलब अगर हम लोगों को उस टाइम का न्यूज़पेपर में उनका कोई खबर ना मिलता, तो मिलता हम लोगों को उनका कोई स्टोरीज़ कि कैसे उन्होंने फर्स्ट डॉक्टर हुआ इंडिया के, हम तो नहीं जान पाते स्टोरीज़. पर फिर भी ये देखा जाता है कि स्टोरीज़, फोक सॉन्ग्स, टेल्स, मतलब जो ईसॉप फेबल्स होता है ना, जैसे ग्रेप्स आर सावर, रैबिट और टर्टल के बीच, टॉर्टोइस के बीच में जो रेस होता है जहाँ टॉर्टोइस जीतता है, रैबिट हार जाता है, ऐसे कुछ टेल्स के माध्यम से. प्रोवर्ब्स जैसे कि होता है ना, व्हाट टू से, in class 11th, if you have Bengali, you will definitely learn about proverbs. Like proverbs like if I do not remember anything in Hindi right now, but I can definitely remember many things in Bengali, like Akarame Rokhe Nei Shugrib Doshor, means with someone, one, you are not only happy, but then you are getting someone else, means already you are in problem and many problems are also coming by side. This is proverbs. These are truths, like universal truths. These are also history. Someone has already talked about these things, thought about these things, opined about these things. Historians try to collect everything about these things. Not only this, not only these things are gathered, everything is gathered, everything, this, everything. There may be differences in interpreting these things. To interpret all these things, what we learn, what we're reading, there may be various types to express these things. Okay. Now, in the field of writing authentic history, we get various type of evidences. Let's say archaeological materials such as ancient coins, inscriptions, architectural remains, means, let's say, a piece of paper from a newspaper which is not now found right now, but we find it somewhere in a book, in a library. We get a very old book and we find a piece of paper where a news was written. Okay. Literary sources, religious texts like Mahabharata, travelogues, biographies, official documents, contemporary literature are very helpful. However, to use these pieces of evidences, historical analysis and judgment are required. It is necessary to understand the context of time. Sorry. Historians need to be very careful. Time is very important. Time is very important. Why? Because without time, you cannot keep track of events chronically. Okay. Chronic means 1, 2, 3, 4. As is a prolonged thing, it is very prolonged, means from the first to last, we have these things. From the first to last, we have to get everything arranged. Like you are born in 2009, then you are in 2010, 1 year, 2011, 2 year, 2012 you were admitted in school, 2013. If you do not have these things in track, are you, means, is it possible for you to say I was in class 2 in this year? No, right? So these are the I must say, these are the sources from where we get history. Note it, please. And pieces of evidences are required, judgment are required, historical analysis is always required. Without analysis, you cannot find out, is it even something which is added to be in history? Okay. So historians need to be very careful before explaining these things or including these things in history. Now, interpretation of available historical evidences is very important. Interpretation means to interpret these things to people so that they can know the correct info. सटीक एकदम करेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन अगर लोगों को मिलना है तो इसके लिए हिस्टोरियंस को बहुत ख्याल रखना पड़ेगा इंटरप्रेटिंग, मतलब ये सब चीज़ लिखने और बोलने के लिए, because the understanding of life and the world of a particular era is reflected in their traditions. Proper analysis of evidence and leading to the writing of accurate history. Accurate history लिखने के लिए तो ये तो उनको चाहिए ही था, एविडेंस तो लगेगा ही, मतलब एविडेंस के बिना तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Now let's come to some pictures. As we said, coins are the source of history. See, these are 2 coins. These are the coins issued by the company East India Company. Now these are silver coins. See, silver coins. These are Emperor Shah Alam II the second, or the Emperor Shah Alam the second carved coins, means his name is carved in that coin in Urdu, I think. I can see it. I do not know the language actually. So okay. And there are also many other pictures, like these are postage stamps. C. C. In the honor of Azad Hind Fauj, postage stamps were issued by Japan. Where? While writing history of modern period, it is an important element. Okay. One of the important element to write history of modern period is newspaper. See, so many newspaper. Anandobazar Putrika, Bombay Chronicle decides to release Mahatma. See, this is a part of news we are getting here. The Times of India, Nation wakes to start. Unity in Karachi, Lord Mountbatten greets Pakistan. See these things, these are notices we can see. Flag of independent India, the Hindustan Times, these all are evidences with which evidence we can write history, we can be assured that this is what happened. We can link the events, chronically arranged events. Okay. Now, this can be asked as a competency based question, so I'm going to explain this. Now, this is a picture we can see. This is Netaji, and this is Gandhi. The picture below is a photograph taken during 1938 Haripura Congress session. In the picture, Gandhi and Subhas were seen engaged in a smiling conversation. At that time, there were various disagreements between the two. In the following year, Subhas Chandra resigned from the post of Congress president. However, the complexity of relationship at the time is not understood from this picture. If the context behind a photograph is unknown, the photograph itself does not reflect the true sentiment. Now, this is not practically saying anything. This is just saying the location and what happened with them actually. And he's saying that uh, this picture, if used as a evidence, it cannot reflect the true sentiment. Means it cannot be portrayed as a true evidence of something which is being explained through this picture. Like this smiling sentiment is not a true sentiment because there are many more informations to be read and learn. Okay, now let's come to this thing. Remember some points. History is a connecting narrative between the past and present. I have repeated this many times that connecting narrative, A to B, B to C, C to D, arranged, connective. It's very connected. Past and present. Between past and present, there are thousands of transitional periods, and this transitional time is the connecting one, which is connecting the past and the present. The role of evidence is very important in the creation of modern history. एविडेंस के सिवाय तुम हिस्ट्री क्रिएट ही नहीं कर सकते. एविडेंस इज ऑलवेज नीडेड. Historian should be more careful while using evidence. As I said, without being careful, true sentiment cannot be expressed through a photograph. Again, in your history textbook, you will find an objective discussion with the flow of history. You can learn about the characteristics of modern history. Now, please read your textbook after this. I know this is not the whole explanation, but if you study somewhere which is great, you can of course see the whole lecture from that website or that teacher, then come to this lecture. It will be helpful, or this can give you a basic overview of the chapter, so that you can undergo the next chapters also. Now, what do you understand by history? Can you? These are your homeworks. Why are the difference in opinions among history regarding a historical event? You can see this in the first page of Kalyan Choudhury and many other books. And these questions also. This I marked only. Why did you need to exercise caution? Try to write it yourself because it will help you exercise with your brain drill. I think I am done with this. Now, Madhyamik 2026 aspirants. I have a thing for you. See, I will try to add the picture here, but I am telling it now. See, I have launched mock test. Okay, for you. Now you have already given your first term exam, so you are done with the first term syllabus. Now I will take a mock test. Okay, I will prepare a printed question as I did here. You will give exam. You will send me the PDF correctly. PDF. I will correct it in this digital format. I will send you the PDF also. I will see your correction. As you know, I have uh, achieved 87% with 92 in history, 94 in mathematics, 91 in life science. So I know where you can lose your marks and where you can gain your marks and where are your faults. So the process will be, I will give you the question paper. You can come in Google Meet, live class, so you cannot cheat, and I will take the exam. You will give the exam. You will share me the PDF. I will check the PDF. For that, for one subject, we will provide me 20 rupees. And if you want the GMeet class, then you can give me 30 rupees. Let's say you are not unable to attend the class when I took it, so you can pay me 20 rupees for that. So you don't have to attend the GMeet class, and for GMeet class you have to give me 30 rupees, and the doubt solving portion, the copy checking, the question paper is all included in the 20 or 30. 10 rupees is only for the GMeet one because I have to also spend my time there, my internet connection also. Now, what are the subjects? Maths, life science, physical science, history, geography, and English second language, because many of you have problem in English also. Now, if you want, you can text me at my email. It will be given here, or my Instagram also. But Instagram will not be available always, so I will say you to email me. It will help you. I'm not just in the motive of gaining money, because you already know that money is not anything for me. Otherwise I won't charge 14 rupees for the mere, like, not mere, about, of course, 700 or 800 MCQs. I think you can understand me, students, or my brothers and sisters. I may not say you students, you are connected to my heart, you are my brothers, you're my juniors, sisters. So thank you for attending this session. If you like it, please subscribe and share, like, comment, and please attend this mock tests, because mock tests are very helpful. As I am sufferer, I don't want you to make you suffer. Thank you.